The Ashley Tisdale mansion sucks. Does it? Inside Ashley Tisdale's self-designed family home. Is Ashley Tisdale doing well? I used to be such... Why did this come up? Ashley Tisdale mansion brought up Jackson and I's Man of Medan... what was this one called? The Man of Medan anthology game. Hey, I mean, fuck yeah. I guess when people think of Ashley Tisdale's mansion, they also think of us playing a shitty horror game. Because she voices it. Wait, no way. If I just type in Ashley Tisdale, will this come up too? Unlucky. Not quite. Only when I'm more specific.
Hey AD, it's Ashley Tisdale.
Hey Ashley. Are you tier 1 tweak and the use of otherworldly? She's the main character in it.
This house was very different because everything else before this house I have completely worked on. My first home was like built from the ground up for my dad, and we continued that process through many homes. I just made the choice that, you know what, I feel like we should find something that's move-in ready. And my husband, each time he's like, we're staying here for a while. And I'm like, yeah. Then I'm like, actually, do you want to move? And he's just like, oh my God. So this time we just went with like a specific list. I'm always a big believer in manifestation. This time we just went with like...
Is this a fountain? This seems like an accident. Like there was a hose that was left here next to a rock. Like a small little table. Not a big fan of that fountain, I'll tell you right now.
A specific list. I'm always a big believer in manifestation. And we came across this
open source bidet.
And for the first time, I did not have to do really anything to it except for the furnishing.
It's a bird fountain? What the fuck is a bird fountain? Birds will actually just come in and use your fountain?
This is the living room. I had a lot of fun designing this room. I started with the sofa. It's a Mario Bellini sofa from 1971. And from there, I just built out the room. The hardest part about this room was that there's kind of like 3 different rooms, and so just trying to make everything work together and make it look aesthetically really nice. But this was my first time, you know, really doing this myself. I'm really happy with how it has come out. Over here is these really cool chairs from Sabin. He also does dressers that are pretty amazing. The coffee table is apparatus, and I was definitely hesitant because knowing I was having a baby, I was like, okay, this is probably like not the greatest coffee table for this because it has sharp edges. But I was like, you know what? This room is going to be like kind of the no baby zone, but she definitely comes in here. We just really watch her. These wicker chairs are from this amazing antique store called JF Chen. The rugs are from Mayraban Rugs, which are like my favorite. Basically, in this room, I went off of this light that was already here.
I mean, that's fine.
And I just liked how there was yellow in it. And so I saw this chair at a store called Guard that I shop at a lot. And I was just like, I have to get this. This tree just got here.
It doesn't look like a very comfortable chair.
I'm always scared about bringing trees into the house because I'm not very good at keeping them alive. So I'm really scared, but I think we're gonna go do well with this one. I was never into color as much. I was always into neutrals, and there's something about being pregnant and seeing like little spots where I could like add color to it.
And what universe is like a
feel like, oh, this is gonna be a fun home. Like I wanted to kind of do neutral, chic, but also quirky and fun because a baby is gonna be obviously brought into this house and she loves it. I have this awesome collector's Hans Wagner chair, and I got this from JF Chen. I definitely have taken a nap here. It's my little me time.
I mean, that looks like pretty comfortable, I'm not gonna lie.
5-minute refresh. This house is very bright. It's very
I kind of like that chair.
That's what we loved about it. These bookshelves, I have to be honest, did not have books in it like a couple days ago. I had my husband go to a bookstore and I was like, you need to get 400 books. Obviously my husband's like, we should be like collecting books over time and putting them in the shelves. And I was like, no, not when AD comes.
It's a fucking book. Who cares? Like, who fucking cares? It's just a bookshelf. Don't put so much thought into it. Just fill it with like Harry Potter and Magic Treehouse. Who cares?
So this is the dining room. The first piece that I started
This mansion's
with
not even
was
shitty. It's just
this
boring.
apparatus chandelier. I thought it was so quirky and fun. I got this table
Very
from
quirky, I
Guard,
guess.
and I also got these chairs custom made from Stahl and Band, which I love the
Wow,
green
that's
because we're in
trash.
the trees, and I just felt like it really picked up on that.
Oh my god,
But
that seems
very
awful.
funny story about this table.
Sitting on the Cookie
table
Monster's
is custom
nutsack.
made, and it came and it only fit 6 chairs, and I was like, oh my god. Thankfully, the guys at Guard were so sweet, and
It's
they're like, you know what,
Lorax
we'll take it back.
chairs.
And so that was my first mistake.
Yeah, I skinned the
This table,
Lorax.
But it all ended really well, thank God. This is a dresser from Sabin. I store as much as I can in here. The one thing about this house is that it does not have a lot of closet space.
Hey, energy
And
rocks.
I have a candle obsession, so
Nice.
that's where
Oh,
a lot
wow.
of our candles are. You know, one thing about being home for the last 2 years, like working from home, staying inside, I just like have created these rituals that really help me in my mental health. And a lot of it is just as easy as opening a window and lighting a candle. And I'm telling you, it changes your whole like energy of that space. It's just something that I love, and I have burned through a lot of candles.
All
over the
power
last
to you.
2 years.
I don't think that'd make me feel much better though.
This is the kitchen. This is a very minimalistic kitchen. There's definitely hardly any space.
Is it?
But Chris and I are not huge cooks, so when we saw it, we were like, oh, this is awesome. However, having a baby, you cook a lot more. So for me, it's all about organization, and really, there is no pantry. That's insane. It's something that we loved about it.
That sounds awful.
But it is something that we're like, oh, what are we gonna do? So
Why?
this is kind of like our pantry drawer. Don't judge because it's not very organized right now, but we really try to make it as organized as we can. So there's just like little things here and there. Basically, I stuffed everything that was on this in here, so I'm not going to show you anything else because it's all hidden. It's all hidden in the drawers. These stools are from Thomas Hayes.
Hey, good work,
And
Thomas.
what I loved about these is that
Looks
like
like
the
shit.
leather ages, and so one of the things about this kitchen specifically and about the house was when we saw it, there was a guy living here, and so it's very masculine, and I'm always about feminine and masculine balance, and
does
so
that
I
mean?
love that this warms up the room a bit.
What the
Weird.
fuck? How is this feminine and masculine balance? They're chairs. Just chairs and bowls. And like a rolling pin and a vase. What is up with this trend of looking so deep into shit? You walk into a room and you're like, oh fuck. Way too masculine. It's just so basic and boring. And it's missing a pantry. Just, there's more of a prop kitchen.
Weirdly, I've become known for my kitchens because I renovated the last house that I was in. I renovated that kitchen with my dad. And the house that you guys actually last came to, my friend actually, she bought it and she hired me during the pandemic to fully renovate and design her kitchen. So I did that kitchen
Nice.
at that house, and then my girlfriend Vanessa was like,
Easy
hey, I need
business.
some help, and I knew obviously all the vendors, and really come really into kitchens even though I don't use them very often.
I'll be honest with you, Ashley, I didn't hear you. I was getting a good stretch going. Something about designing though. Good shit.
So this is this TV room. You know, I was really excited
Hitachi
because I
one.
wanted this to kind of be a more casual space. And I knew that obviously my daughter Jupiter would be hanging out in here. Normally there's a lot of her toys in here. It's just very clean because you guys are here today. I just went with this sofa first. I found it at this really cool store called Beautiful Mess Home. I knew it could take like a real beating with like whatever food stains and all of that because it's just like very durable. I love this light.
No,
It's
that's not
by
a- that's not a
Eddie
cool light.
Lee. And this house, like I said, I went with like a lot of quirky shapes. And so anything that would catch my eye, I just felt like this was pretty awesome. And then this is our picture of our Maui, who was in the last AD video, but she passed away a couple years ago. So we just love to have her kind of be a part of something that we are constantly in this room every morning. So she's kind of always here with us.
That's sweet.
So this is Jupiter's room. When we were prepping for Jupiter to come, the walls were white just like the rest of the house. I did have this Kaylin Studios crib, which is like the best non-toxic crib on the market. So I was really excited to get.
What the fuck does that mean? A non-toxic crib? What, do they usually make cribs out of lead and arsenic? What does that mean? Eco-friendly and non-toxic crib. Best non-toxic crib. This sounds like a scam. Like organic oranges or something. No gamers were harmed in its making. Nice. So what does a toxic crib look like? What is it made out of? I want to get my kids something that's going to really put some hair on their chest. I want it to emit at least, I don't know, maybe like 3 bananas worth of radiation. How about this? How about toxic crib? Or what cribs are toxic? Is your baby's crib exposing them to toxins? Certain paints, glues, woods, and plastics can emit harmful chemicals and gases known to cause cognitive delays, chronic health issues such as allergies, asthma, kidney failure, cancer, and more. Knowing that your newborn baby will be spending 16 to 18 hours a day in their crib, it is vitally important to make the most educated decision on which one you're choosing. Can you give me an example of one that does that? VOCs are gases emitted from certain woods, glues, and paint finishes. So formaldehyde, benzene, phenthol, I don't even know this one, phthalates, and a slew of other gases I can't pronounce. Oh, it's like I'm reading it and wrote it. Whatever the name, I certainly don't want them anywhere near my baby. So this is one of those things where like you look at the back of a cereal box and you don't recognize 3 ingredients and immediately assume it's poison? Or is this a real thing? Holy shit, you can make meth with cribs. It is a real thing. It's mostly bullshit. Yes and no. It seems more people are saying it is a real thing. I've never heard of it before. I'm genuinely asking. I've never heard of like cribs exposing babies to toxin. Now I did know about baby food exposing them to toxins, because there was a lot of like actual like arsenic and shit in baby products. But I've never heard of like a non-toxic crib. Shout out Gerber. Yeah, amen Gerber. Rest in peace all those infants that were eating meat sticks. Like me. Bro, I was eating OG meat sticks, bro. I was getting like double the daily recommended dose of arsenic for a baby. I went to town on these bad boys. Anyone ever... We have any meat sticks fans in here? Or I think they're called Lil Sticks. Oh yeah. Where's my Lil Sticks fans at? These bad boys, oh, they'll make you grow up big and strong. It's called Vienna sausages. Nope, they're called Lil Sticks. Vienna sausages probably have significantly less poison in them than the Gerber variant.
Get this, and of course the Leanne Ford
Idris of
chair,
Lobo
which
and
sadly
Dieselbot
didn't come until she was like 2 months because it was on back order. But when we got it, I was so excited to finally have a place to like obviously rock her to sleep. And then yeah, I just basically saw this little swing. Of course, my dad, being the guy he is, he put it up for us, and like I think you could like I don't know, you can put like 500 pounds on this because he's just that crazy. He's like, don't worry, this will definitely hold her. And I'm like, thanks, Dad.
That's nice. Exhibits El Mago. Yeah, maybe all the Gerber I ate as a child is why I'm so short.
Welcome to our room. I had a lot of inspiration from designers that I have looked up to, like I've mentioned Kelly Wearstler, but I also stayed at a friend's house, who had Bridget Romanek, who did their interior design, and I was really inspired by the bedroom and how she used wood and textures and tones, so that really inspired me for this. Basically, this chair, I honestly was so excited just because I love the texture of it, and I was like, oh my god, this is gonna look so amazing.
I bet that's a pretty comfortable
pieces
chair.
Can be done and put in other rooms and fit in other rooms. Like, that was something that was really important to me. That, you know, wherever we go next, if we do, that this stuff can come with us. And
this mansion really isn't bad. It's just really basic and boring. Except for whatever this was, like a giant blunt or something. What the fuck is that?
But he has this really cool pattern, and I liked how kind of funky and dining room dresser. But he has this really cool pattern, and I liked was later. Like, I just and had wanted there. That's how we got movie entertainment room. I wanted to kind of build off of these built-ins that they was doing watch.
Yeah, I mean, it's like, again, it's not even bad. It's just boring.